Okay, good afternoon everyone. We're getting ready here now for the throw in. The referee have tossed the coin and the Shamrocks will play into the town goal, I suppose we call it that. The breeze would seem to be favouring Ballyhogue in this first half. Not much of a breeze now, a glorious day, lovely day for football, and please God the rain will stay away. So both teams are lined up there now as I name them, and we're ready to go, although the first thing and the most important thing we need, of course, is a football. So the referee is looking for one of them at the moment. And the Shamrocks duly obliged to kick one in to get her going. Ballyhogue there, one slight injury there coming into this game, Peter Doyle, but he's okay to start. The ball is in and we're off. First man on the ball here is Dara Rashford. Dara Clark Rashford, good man to carry the ball, going inside to Sean Ring. Sean gets around the cornerback Ricky Murphy, goes for a score, but that one is about 10 metres left hand side of the post for the first wide of the day to Ballyhogue. So a good start there by Ballyhogue. What they definitely want to make sure is that Shamrocks don't get a start and be getting in the last couple of games. They had 2 goals after 2 minutes last Sunday in the semi-final. So Ballyhogue will be trying to stop that. The referee goes long, won by Nick Doyle, batted down to Liam Roster. That's a lovely ball inside to Dennis Lacey. Denny, of course, with a lovely left foot, goes to the score, but no, just to the wide. Some of the players there from Ballyhogue disputing that one, but just umpire standing in the right place, just left of the post. And that's 2 wides now for Ballyhogue. So Shamrocks goalie Tomas O'Brien here now, ready to kick out the ball. Just saying, yeah, Peter Doyle come into the game with an injury. He's supposed to be carrying a calf injury. If his godfather was alive, God rest him, he'd be wondering was it a bull calf or a heifer calf, but whenever he's fit to play here now, and we're ready to go. Kevin Ring wins it, that's the ball inside. Good start for Ballyhogue, need to get a couple of scores. Dennis Lacey gets around the cornerback Shane Larkin, but Shane recovers. On the ball here now is Podge Doyle. Podge lets it over across to number 11, John O'Connor. John on the ball, lovely footballer out here to Shane Larkin here under the stand. Back to John O'Connor. John slips, loses possession of the ball. Tomas Moriarty is on him. Loses out. Nick Doyle gathers it up. Lets it into the Tyg Malone. Tyg going down the far side. Nice control of the ball. Still going, being followed there by Sean Tutsy Wiles. Turns back to Liam Rossler. Another good young player here. He goes inside to Keane Rogers. Won well. Ballyhogue playing nice football here. No, that one is a bit short. Dropped into the goalie's hands there by Sean Ring. Tomas O'Brien come flying out the field here now with the ball. Let's her out here under the stand. Peter Doyle reads it. Seems to get to the ball first, and he does. If he turns back now, but he gets around Jack Moorhouse. On to Keane Rogers. Keane on the ball. Lovely ball back into the middle to Nick Doyle. Nick Doyle looks up. Challenge goes in with Shamrocks, but he lets it off to Kevin Ring. Kevin on the ball. Looks up, he goes to score, and again it's gone to the left hand side and about 10 metres wide. So with 3 minutes on the clock there now, Ballyhogue with 3 wides. But the most important thing, I suppose, from my own point of view, there's no score on the scoreboard yet. Bit of delay on the balls coming back here now, lads, but I see a second ball there behind the goal. But I hope tactics are not coming into it already here now when they're playing again the wind and they're slow by kicking out. The referee needs to pick up on this. This just does not make sense at all. A ball sitting in the back of the goal. Okay, Tomas O'Brien puts her up on the tee then. Ready with the kick out. He comes over here under the stand again. Their wing back there goes up for that John Cabinet. He loses out to but his own player Padge Doyle gets up. He's being challenged by Kevin Ring. Shamrocks on the ball here now, coming up the middle, and our midfielder Brendan the Bull O'Connor, fine looking footballer this fella is too, bursting inside, being challenged here now by Darragh Clough Rashford. He's still on the ball, inside to his midfield partner, and he's in, and brilliant save there by Willie Kennedy, but it's in the back of the net, off the ground there. The ball come back off of the goalie, and the Shamrocks man falling in and buries it to the back of the net. Just can't see his number 8 midfielder Kieran Joyce with the goal. The kick out comes quickly out to Nick Doyle, on to Keane Rashford. Keane's on the ball out to Peter Doyle. He whips out the far side to Tony Ryan, of course captain today for Ballyhogue. He goes on to Eamon Doyle. Oh, heavy challenge there, frontal challenge. The play continues. On the ball is Tig Malone. He goes back to Eamon Doyle again. Comes into the middle to Kevin Ring. Kevin lets a lovely ball inside. Keane Rogers on it, gets a push in the back. Should have been a free in, but didn't get it. Dennis Lacey on the ball. Left ball and the first score for Ballyhogue to Dennis Lacey. Lovely point off the left foot, and the first point for Dennis Lacey and Ballyhogue. So the score reads Ballyhogue 1 point, Shamrocks a goal. As I say, the Shamrocks have been getting flying starts on either matches, and a goal here now in the first 4 or 5 minutes as well, which is a good start for them. But Ballyhogue will be hoping now to get back and get another couple of scores. On the kick out then again is Tomas O'Brien. Goes to the other side this time. So landed right in the middle of the field. Tapped down to their centre back George Wheelock. George, of course, back from San Francisco there, out there for about 10 years. Well, big addition to Shamrocks this year. He lets it on. Shamrocks on the ball. On it here now is number 11 John O'Connor. He lets it off to his partner. It's gone inside to Robert Moorhouse, number 14. Rouse being challenged by Keane Rashford. Kicks it now, goes for the point. Oh, hits to come back off the crossbar. Very near in over the goalie's head there. And whenever it's out to Peter Doyle, he goes down the far side to Tig Malone. Tig Malone on the ball, moving the ball very well. Ballyhogue just need to get a few scores on the board. But however, only 5 minutes gone in the game. Now here to Darragh Clough Rashford under the stand. He goes on to Keane Rogers. Keane being challenged by Shane Larkin. The ball goes on. Darragh Clough Rashford again, lets it into Dennis Lacey. Dennis slipped there, and full-back Emmett Quirk cleans up, goes back to his goalie Tomas O'Brien. Tomas coming out stolen with the ball. Outlets a nice ball onto his midfield man Kieran Joyce, starting the game well, being followed here now by Darragh Clough Rashford. Going up now the far side under the Ballyhogue dugout. Still on the ball. Kieran Joyce. Someone needs to put in a challenge here. He's gone to the inside the 21-yard line. Kieran Rashford comes out to meet him. Does well. Tony Ryan picks up the ball. Goes out to the far side. Liam Rossler on the ball. Going down now under the Ballyhogue to go under the far side, only a couple of metres in off of the line. He lets it off to Tig Malone. If he looks back, Nick Doyle is free, and he does that. Nick on the ball, playing well this year in the middle of the field. Back to Liam Rossler. On to Liam Doyle, or Nick Doyle again. Liam Ross on the ball, goes inside. Sean Ring, wearing number 15. Dennis Lacey calls him, he goes for him, but it's a bit high for him. Full back read it, Emmett Quirk. Emmett coming up here now under the stand. Out to challenge him is Kevin Ring. But Emmett still hold on to possession. Centre back George Wheelock. Coming up here now to the Robert Moorhouse, wearing number 14. Being challenged by Keane Rashford. Robert Moorhouse still on the ball. Keane putting in the challenge, but Robert gets around him again. And we have the first free of the day to Shamrocks, number 14, Robert Moorhouse. Just outside the 14-metre line and about 10 metres to the left of the post. And the free taker, of course, for the Shamrocks is John O'Connor. Very good free taker, I believe. Want to take this on with the left. As well, a very good free and over the bar for their second score of the game. And after 6 minutes, Shamrocks lead by 1-1 to 1 point. So Willie Kennedy now on the kick out for Ballyhogue goalie. Goes down the middle, good high ball looking for Nick Doyle here. He's been challenged there. Tig Malone had a trip there. Should have been a free to Ballyhogue, but the ball continues on. Shamrocks on the ball. Wing forward, number 12, Barry Dobbs. He goes over to the far side. And up now, Cian Rogers and Robert Morehouse. I think Cian Rogers got his hand to that. No, the linesman has given the line ball to Ballyhogue, so it must have been Robert Morehouse. Taken quickly. On the ball is Tomas Moriarty, playing centre back. He lets it off to Liam Rossler. Liam goes across to Eamon Doyle. Ballyhogue on plenty of the ball. Just need to turn this possession now into more scores. Dara Clark Roger lets a lovely ball inside to Cian Rogers. Cian reading the game very well today and picking up lots of ball. Sean Ring lets it inside to Kevin, but Kevin loses out here. Shamrocks coming out again, number 5, their wing back Sean Tutsi Wild. He goes on to his midfield man, Brendan O'Connor. Bursting through the middle again, number 9. Driving on now, he's on the 40 metre. Someone needs to win challenge here in the do. Tony Ryan very well knocked the ball out of his hands. But Robert Morehouse have it. Goes back to the brother Jack. And kick another lovely score. Another nice score there by Shamrocks. Shamrocks starting here very well. And getting some good scores. I think that was number 10, Podge Doyle, they got that point. So the scoreline here now reads Shamrocks 1-2, Ballyhogue 1 point. Kick out is coming. Willie Kennedy was right down the middle. There's 3 Shamrocks man running for that ball here. Shamrocks man go down, he wasn't fouled. Fell there, Ballyhogue in for it. Tig Malone trying to get it. No, the ball is kicked on along the ground. And it's picked up here. All very high challenge there on the number 11, John Connor. High challenge there. The referee now is speaking to Derek Clark Rashford. Just having the word with him there. I don't think there was much intent in it. Just call him a bit high. So John is taking this free. He goes back here to the wing back number 7, John Kavanagh. He goes out here to Wheelock. Back to John O'Connor. Up to a lovely ball inside. No one marking this man. And number 7, he flicks it on. The strange flick there. It's well read there by Peter Doyle. Peter gets the last touch of that, or at least I thought he did anyway for Shamrock. But no, Ballyhogue win the line ball. Peter takes it quickly. Goes inside for Kevin Ring. But number 5 here, Tutsi Wiles reads the ball well. Bursting through. Been challenged there by Tig Malone. Goes on and Charlie Ross just had his back to the ball there. Number 13 gets inside him, but it's just wide to the left hand side of the post. Jack Morehouse to be disappointed there. He probably should have put that one away. No one to be behind the goalie, but just goes left of the post. And wide there for Shamrocks. Luckily for Ballyhogue, as I say, the last thing Ballyhogue need to do is let him get up a big score on him here. Looking across to the far side here, and I see the ladders in full use. Plenty of lads coming in over the wall. Of course, only 200 spectators. The game is back on. The ball is kicked out. Ballyhogue wins it around the middle. Eamon Doyle has the ball. Been challenged there by Shamrocks. Goes back to the brother Nick. He lets it off to Tomas Moriarty. Tomas now going through. Tig Malone on the ball. Tig looks up. Will he go for the score? Lets it inside for the free man, Kevin Ring. Kevin goes for the goal. Oh, blocked on the line by the goalie. And it flicks over the bar, up off of the goalie's foot and over the bar. It's a point there for Ballyhogue. Could have been a goal. Probably should have been a goal, but however, we'll take the score. Brings Ballyhogue back into it, and 2 points to Ballyhogue and 1-2 to Shamrocks. So Kevin Ring there now with his first score. Just the 2 points for Ballyhogue. Kevin Ring and Dennis Lacey the scores. Goalie kicks it out. Liam Rosser reads it well, calls his mark. Looks up now, he must kick it off. And in straight into Dennis Lacey. Dennis, of course, great target man. And it looks well, goes a kick. No, just left of the post as well, about another metre wide. That's 4 wides I have it for Ballyhogue. They'll be disappointed now with the wides there. You know, a few of them had it going over, there'd be nothing in it. But however, after 11 or 12 minutes, there's only the goal in it. Tomas O'Brien puts her up on the tee. Looking for someone here now for the kick out. Kicks her out, goes over a little bit to the far side. Kevin Ring reads this, no, but it just clips him. Tomas Moriarty, however, comes in. Number 9, Brendan O'Connor, picks it up. He goes over to the far side to his wing forward, number 12. Lets it inside. No one marking there. Number 11 is on a lot of play here. John O'Connor. And a dangerous man he is to be loose. Driving through there. Seemed to take a lot of steps on the ground. That's a dubious pass, and it is a dubious pass. But we play on. Ballyhogue takes it quickly. Liam Rossler. Liam was fouled there. Bit of a high tackle, but he was falling at the time. Liam trying to get up and get quickly. He does that on to Peter Doyle. We're going to see one of Peter's forward runs. Very good man to carry the ball out of defence. Having a great year. On the ball, Derek Clark-Rasher goes over the far side. Seems to be heading very close to the far line, but Dennis Lacey will keep it in, I think. Yeah, will he go down on here now? No, he's just knocked it out over the far line for a line ball to Shamrocks. Shamrocks full back there. Emma Quirk having a good start to the game. As I said, Dennis Lacey, a very good target man, great man to catch a ball. And turn and get a few scores too. Gets a goal or two there most days he's out. The full back then. Emma Quirk takes the line ball and he kicks it back to the goalie, which I don't know whether he's in over the line or he was inside the 13-metre line when he hit, but I think he was in over the line. So that result is a hot ball then. So hot ball here now between Dennis Lacey and the full back Emma Quirk. Dennis goes up for that. I thought he had it there, but he was being tugged back a little bit. However, the play continues. Number 2, Ricky Murphy. He goes out to the far side to the full back Emma Quirk. Lets it in over lads, but it's very well read by Tomas Moriarty. Need to get a heavy knock there. But the referee didn't give the free, but Tomas would have said something to him now as he's going to take his name. Maybe Cutcherman there would he be when he was on the ground. And if he does, he'll be looking out if this is not a black card. There's some kind of a card anyway as he's taking his name here. I thought he was fouled first when he went up for the ball. It is a black card. That's not what Ballyhogue needs at this stage. That means now Tomas Moriarty must go off for 10 and cannot be replaced for 10 minutes. So Ballyhogue now will have to play the next 14 men for 10 minutes. And at that stage, the referee now calls the water break. So we'll be back to you there in 2 minutes. Thank you. Okay, resume now after the water break. Shamrocks on the ball. Lovely ball inside there, the midfielder, but my tie was down on the ball there when the Shamrocks man kicked it, but it goes inside. The Ballyhogue goalie meets it on the ground, kicks it straight out to Shamrocks man. Oh, an excellent score there by number 11, John O'Connor. As I say, Ballyhogue now will have to play 10 minutes now with 14 men after their centre back Tomas Moriarty has been got a black card. So Ballyhogue have brought back Keane Rogers back there now to cover in the backs. For this kick out comes, lovely clean catch there by Fionn Rashford. The scoreline at the moment reads Shamrocks 1-3, Ballyhogue 2 points. Fionn goes across the field to Keane Rogers onto Nick Doyle. Nick Doyle carrying the ball forward, back to Fionn Rashford. Fionn looking for someone inside, led into, just led a little bit high there and very well read by the Shamrocks. Shamrocks definitely playing the better football here. Number 8, Kieran Joyce there. On the ball on the far side, coming through. Lovely play, right through the centre. Being followed now by Eamon Doyle. On the ball, number 10, Podge Doyle. No relation. He lets on to number 9. Number 9 bursting through with another lovely score for the Shamrocks by Brendan O'Connor, otherwise known as the Bull. Having a very good game there around the middle of the field. Shamrocks definitely playing the better football at the moment. Ballyhogue goalie Willie Kendi kicks it out, looking for Nick Doyle in the middle. Nick jumps up, doesn't get the ball there, but it just drops around his feet. Tadhg Malone the quickest to it. Now up 2 men around him there, and one back by the Shamrocks. Lovely ball inside here to 13, Jack Morehouse free. He tries a little flick inside, a little bit of soccer style there. But Keane Rashford reads it well on the ball, lets it outside here to Peter Doyle. Peter Doyle goes back on the inside to Tony Ryan. Tony Ryan on the ball, back to Peter Doyle. Peter, if he looks up now, he has Eamon Doyle on the far side. Eamon carrying the ball forward, goes inside for Kevin Ring. Kevin, the centre back, comes to meets on the ground. Back now with Tadhg Malone on the Liam Rowell. Liam Roster drops it as well, and it's been picked up here by number 5, Touchy Wiles. Touchy on the ball again. Been closely monitored here by Nick Doyle. Back into his centre half forward, John O'Connor. John having a very good game, driving through the middle. Coming on, Eamon Doyle coming out to meet him. Gets in by him, lobs it in over to Robert Moorhouse. Robert Moorhouse around the goalie. And it's the back of the net for the second goal for the Shamrocks. And that gives Shamrocks a lead of 2-4 to 2 points after about 18 minutes. Well, Shamrocks here playing all the football in this first 18 minutes. And a very good lead now. There was a bit of a breeze in fair in Ballyhogue, but that seems to be gone now. But breeze or no breeze, there's only one team in it at the moment. However, lovely free catch there by Fionn Rasher from the kick out. Halsey's mark goes back to Liam Rossiter. Ballyhogue a lot of play around their own half back line in the middle of the field, but not getting enough ball inside to the forwards. Ty Malone's on, goes back to over the far side to Keane Rogers. Dar rushing a very high ball here out for Liam Rossiter to get, but it breaks nicely for Keane Rogers. He goes inside a high ball to Sean Ring. Sean on the ball, looks up, kicks it inside, goes for score. Is going to drop short straight into the goalie's hands, Tomas O'Brien. That's twice now Ballyhogue have done that. He comes out here, 2 Shamrocks man here underneath me, no one within 10 yards of him. Number 5 on the ball, Touchy Wilds. Comes back in here to half forward Barry Dobbs. He goes back to Touchy Wilds. Going through to the midfielder, but Kevin Ring reads that well and leaves it to Peter Doyle. Peter picks up, but as he looks up here, there's no one here in front of him from Ballyhogue. Still coming on the ball. Still no one shown for him. Foul there by Touchy Wilds on Peter Doyle. He had absolutely no one to let that ball off to. Of course, we are a player down here now and we seem to be short in the half forward line. Kevin Ring now is going to take this free. To me, that should be a midfielder taking that and Kevin Ring inside getting it. But the ball is taken and Sean to Sean Ring. Sean Ring looks up, drives on, Kevin just behind him. Goes a lovely ball across the field to Darragh Cloak Rasher. No one in 20 metres of him. Being monitored there now by number 9. If it goes inside, or Dennis Lacey over this, but it's in over him. And the goalie's out to clean this up now and he comes up here underneath the stand. And he plays it on to Touchy Wilds. He goes back to Barry Dobbs. Barry seems to be in the half back line there now. He was named as a half forward. On the ball there, Shane Larkin. Out now to George Wheelock. George, of course, the son of Sterling Margaret's, otherwise known as Wheelock's Cafe. On the ball here, it's corner back, bursting through the middle. No one near him, goes for his score, kicks a lovely ball, but it's just a couple of metres to the left hand side. And wide, as I say, George Wheelock, home from San Francisco, son of Cyril and Margaret there, Wheelock's Cafe. Of course, if you're looking for a good Irish breakfast, no better place. And I'd say if Shamrocks wins here today, there'll be an extra rasher or 2 on the plate tomorrow. Wooly Kennedy with the kick out. Lovely ball in, won again by Fionn Rasher. Fionn is after getting 3 marks here now, playing well. Looking for someone on the run, don't seem to see someone or see anyone there. But he comes here under the stand to Peter Doyle, showing well for the ball. Peter getting into the game now and playing his usual good game. On to Liam Rossiter. Liam going through the middle. Dennis Lacey is out, being followed by the fullback. Well, a lovely kick there by Dennis Lacey, but just to the right hand side and wide of the post. As I say, the scoreline reads Shamrocks 2-4, Ballyhogue 2 points. I have about 22 minutes gone in the game. Seems to be a bit of a change here now for Ballyhogue. Nick Doyle seems to be gone centre forward on George Wheelock. And they're playing with just a 2-man full forward line. But yeah, the man Wheelock there was getting a lot of play. Ball comes out and is handled on the ball there by number 25 there, Shane Larkin, handled that ball on the ground from the kick out. It's a free into the Ballyhogue. Dennis Lacey tried to play on, but the ref called it back. It's a free in, it might many harm maybe for Ballyhogue slow down a bit here and get a score on the scoreboard. Dennis Lacey now will take this one off the left. The full back needs to get back at least another 5 metres there. He is moving now. Now Dennis looks up. Saul on the ball, gives it a hop. Nice kick of the ball there, and it hits a point for Ballyhogue. That's Dennis Lacey's second point now, gives Ballyhogue a scoring of 3 points in the Shamrocks 2-4. With approximately 25 minutes on the clock. So the goalie now puts her down for the kick out, and the full back comes out now looking for this ball, and he goes for him. Very well worked, but however, Ballyhogue almost had it there, Keane Rogers, but it just loses out to it. And it's on now, the full back on the ball here, number 3, Emma Quirk, driving through the middle. And it's a free for Ballyhogue. I was just watching the programme there, I think he was charging with the ball. And he's bringing it up here now as well, 10 metres. So Dara Clark Rochford takes it. The full back might be better to be going back in where he was because he was playing very well in there. Dara Clark Rochford on the ball. Well, it's read by number 2 over on the far side. Cornerback Ricky Murphy. The ball goes out off of him for a line ball to Ballyhogue. Sean Ring steps up to take it. He needs to watch the line now. The linesman there, referee Quigley, I can't think of his first name, Martin Quigley pulled up the Shamrocks man for stepping over the line the last time. So Sean needs to be careful. Whenever he goes back to Liam Rossler. Liam it gives on to Dara Clark Rochford, on to Tig Malone. Going through. Sean Ring on the ball. Looks up for someone inside. Hits a high ball there. I think he was looking for Dennis Stacey, but it goes horribly wrong. And it's about 10 metres wide. I make that 6 wides for Ballyhogue. And as the way the game is going, we'll be looking for these wides. There should have been at least half of them over the bar, but however they're not. And the Shamrocks will be very happy with their performance in the first half. Thomas O'Brien kicks it out again. Kevin Ring reads this on. Kevin semi swapped with Nick Dial there. He went to the middle of the field, had the ball in his hands there, but dropped it. This man, midfielder Brendan O'Connor, having a very good game on the ball, driving through the middle, being challenged by 2-3 Ballyhogue man, looks up, goes for the score. Now drops into the goalie. The goalie kicks and he's blocked down. Now Robert Morehouse on the ball. He'll surely go for the point here. Punts back off of the upright. Ballyhogue looking there now that Shamrocks didn't get a score. Coming out there is Tony Ryan on to Keane Rogers. Keane Rogers, I say, came back into the backs there when our centre back was off the field, who was still off for the black card. Eamon Doyle on the ball here now into Keane Rogers. Keane lets it a bit high, but Eamon reads it well. That's the ball, drives over the far side. Peter Doyle is over on the far side now, being challenged by 2 Shamrocks men. Has to turn back. Goes back to Tony Ryan. Tony Ryan wearing number 34. Keane Rogers taps it on to Eamon Doyle. Eamon is fouled there. And Tomas Moriarty is back on there now, being called back in by the referee after his 10 minutes in bin. So Ballyhogue back to the 15 now. Hopefully they'll get a couple of scores here before half time. Make a game, but Kevin Ring is taking this one. Drives inside looking for the brother Sean. Definitely got a nudge in the back. Put up the hand for the mark, but he didn't get it. But however, he puts it over the bar. A lovely score there by Sean. He's arguing with the referee there looking for the mark, but you can't call a mark from a free, and the referee is right on this occasion. But however, Sean still kicked a lovely score over the bar there. So Ballyhogue after getting 2 points there now. This is good. The kick out comes, and Shamrock's man Kieran Joyce was fouled there, and the free is taken quickly. A lovely free kick there by Tootsie Wiles on to Kieran Joyce. He kicks it on the ground. Now he picks it up, being challenged here by Dara Clark Rochford, but he's inside line. Very well challenged by Dara Clark Rochford. Brilliant bit of play. He hits it out here. Number 5 there went down for the ball, Keane Rogers, but Shamrock's man had put in his foot there, but the foot didn't hit the man. It was the ball to him in the face. He's lucky to get the free for that one. But he does get it. He probably had his hand on his back as well. Tony Ryan on the ball. Back to Dara Clark Rochford. Lets it back inside to Tony Ryan. A very high hand pass, but Tony gets it. Tony turns back in on to Peter Doyle. Being challenged here now. 3 Shamrocks men around him, but driving through. Lovely play there by Peter. Looks up again on to Liam Rossler. Now Liam looks over to the far side, Eamon Doyle, but he comes back into the middle. Tig Malone making a lovely run there. 2 Ballyhogue men there, mixed up that one. And a challenge there. 2 players ran into themselves. Ran into one another there, and the referee calls back play. We'll probably resume with a hot ball. Just a clash of 2 lads. I don't think there was a clash of heads, but they did clash, however, and rightly so. The referee Stephen Burke just holds up play while both players are being attended to. But I think that we should be okay. The Shamrocks man seems to be getting up here now, or at least he's sitting up on the yacht. So we're about 2 minutes play left here in the first half, and the scoreline reads Shamrocks 2-4, Ballyhogue 4 points. So the lads are up, they're okay. Shake of hands, just a bit of a clash. And I thought we'd start with but no, but Shamrocks were in possession of the ball, so they start with the kick. Touchy Wiles takes it. And that midfielder, Kieran Joyce, number 8, is on the ball. There are 2 midfielders, Kieran Joyce and Brendan O'Connor, have an excellent first half here. Very good players. Whenever he fumbles the ball a little bit there, being challenged by Ty Malone. He goes back to his midfield partner, of course, Brendan Bull O'Connor. Brendan on the ball, being challenged by Fun Rasher, still on the ball. Gets a lovely ball back in across the middle. This time the centre forward goes with the left. Ole Kennedy catches it under the crossbar. Out to Eamon Doyle, back to Peter Doyle. Peter Doyle comes long this time for Nick Doyle. He's been challenged by George Wheelock, but good play by Nick Doyle, gets around him here and seems to have the pace here on this ball. Lets it on to Keane Rogers. Heavy challenge on Nick there when he let off that ball, but the referee let the play continue. Keane Rogers lets it out to the far side to Eamon Doyle. Eamon Doyle over on the far side, and he's been challenged there with number 12, Barry Dobbs. On the ball is Kevin Ring. Kevin looks up, looking for Dennis Lacey on the inside. Lovely ball in. Dennis goes up, but he doesn't win possession. But the Shamrocks gets it back, and Shane Larkin on the ball goes back to his goalie, Tomas O'Brien. Tomas coming out with the ball now, and the fullback Emma Quirk in over his head, being challenged there by Fiona Rochford. But Emma Quirk was coming with the ball. Liam Rosser is after him. Darragh Clough Rosser closing down Liam Rosser. Excellent play by Liam Rosser there. Read the ball play very well and got back well. Shamrocks man gets his hand to the pass. However, Ballyhogue still on it. Keane Rosher goes on to Tomas Moriarty. On to Dennis Lacey. Dennis out a long ways from the edge of the square. Kevin Ring on the ball, goes looking for Sean Ring, but very well read by the cornerback, but he did fall. It wasn't a free. Challenge on the ball, Dennis Lacey. Now Tyg Malone. Kevin Ring. Kevin looks up, gets a bit of a tug there, but the play continues. The ref doesn't blow it. Goes high, and just to the right hand side and wide. I thought Kevin Ring should have had a free there. He was definitely challenged as he was just before he hit that ball. But however, I'm a Ballyhogue man and I'm a bit biased as well, I suppose, but fair is fair. Should have been a free. Tomas O'Brien here now with the kick out. Looks up, goes to the far side this time. Over to the midfield man, jumps up but doesn't taps down the ball, don't win it. The ball's with Sean Ring and he's definitely been challenged here now by number 2, Ricky Murphy. So Sean will get the free here now, and he'll probably take it himself too. He normally takes him over from the right hand side. He's about 5 metres inside the 45, so it's 40 metres from the goal, roughly 10 metres to the left of the post. Looking up here now, hops the ball, steps back a couple of steps, steps up now and takes it. Lovely high ball, but definitely not going to make it over the bar. Keane Rogers comes out to challenge it. And there goes the half-time whistle. So at half-time the Shamrocks leads by 2-4. Definitely the best team in the first half, no arguments about it. But in fairness to Ballyhogue, okay, welcome back then to the Enniscorthy Farm Systems Junior A football final. And back now for the second half. Don't see any changes here on either team. Ballyhogue win the first possession here and driving through the middle is Darragh Clough Rosher. Ball's knocked out of his hand, of course, but the Shamrocks man handled that ball on the ground there. It's a free into Ballyhogue. Of course, our commentary, as normal here, is being brought to you by our sponsors, Eco Pipe. They are suppliers of the pipe work for the plumbing industry, and also by C&D providers there, Larkin's Cross. Another good sponsor here for us each day we're out. However, Sean Ring takes the free here, and it's a lovely ball over the bar. Exactly what Ballyhogue needs to start the second half. To give us a scoreline now, Ballyhogue 5 points, Shamrocks 2-4. Of course, we have our senior and intermediate finals on in Wexford tomorrow, and they'll be streamed by Wexford GA2 only on Nielsen for €5. It's a great bit of value for money if you wanted to see the finals there tomorrow. Back at the play now, Shamrocks on the ball. Ball going inside, picked up by Peter Doyle. Peter Doyle lets it on out to Tomas Moriarty. Tomas coming in the middle, back to Peter Doyle again. Peter coming over here now under the stand, just loses possession of the ball. And challenge there now with the Shamrocks. Peter goes down on. That's the push in the back there by Tootsie Wilds. Peter wins the free. Looks up now, wants to take it quickly. Fionn Roster was looking for it to be played in the middle. But he leaves it to Liam Rossler. Liam Rossler looks up, hits it to Peter Doyle. Close enough to him when he hit, but gets away with it. Liam Rossler on then to Tomas Moriarty. And Tomas goes back to him, he's a bit close to him there, but however Liam Rossler does win the ball. Back to Tomas again, driving through the middle. Peter Doyle. Peter under a heavy challenge. He's been pulled up here for steps. So free back down the field now for the Shamrocks. Shamrocks man is looking up now, looking for someone to make a burst for him. He'll watch it now, he goes over to the far side with his midfielder Joyce. But it goes in over him, and after that ball he does keep it in over the far side. Liam Rossler is after him. But the midfielder Kieran Joyce on the ball. Lovely player. Driving inside, being challenged there now by Kevin Ring. Kevin knocks the ball out of his hand. Fair and square, good punching the ball out. Kevin goes inside there now to Tomas Moriarty coming up the middle, goes on to Fionn Rashford. Ballyhogue starting the second half here well, plenty of possession. They had a good bit of possession the first half too, but just need to turn it into more scores. On to Tyg Malone. Tyg Malone looks up at the far side, kick pass over to Liam Rossler, a little bit away from him, but he will keep it in from the far touchline. Liam on the ball, slow down the play a little bit there now, on to Kevin Ring. He's been challenged by Tootsie Wilds. Kevin still on the ball, playing well here now, starting the second half very well. Looks up, high challenge there. Free in for Ballyhogue. He had been challenged there with the referee in fairness to him, Littlehem on with a little bit, but brought back from the advantage, and it's free in here now for Ballyhogue, and I'm sure Dennis Lacey will probably take it in off the left. Just outside the 21. Kicking here now off the left foot. Dennis Lacey, son of former Ballyhogue great Patrick Lacey. Hips up, dropping a bit short, but it's just over the crossbar. Another point there for Ballyhogue. Last 2 points there now, the first 2 minutes for Ballyhogue. I suppose from a management point of view, that's exactly what they would have been looking for. So scoreline now reads Ballyhogue 6 points, Shamrocks 2-4. So 4 points in it. Kick out comes. Seemed to be won there by Shamrocks. But the referee seemed to blow the whistle there, but he lets the play goes on, and the centre forward John O'Connor having a good game. He's going on down the far side, being followed by Tomas Moriarty. The ball goes inside, very well read by Tony Ryan. Tony Ryan goes out to the far side, but unfortunately there's no one over there, and it's going to go over the far line for a line ball to the Shamrocks, and that will be taken by number 9 Brendan O'Connor. Shamrocks, as I said, beaten in last year's final, and of course they do say you have to lose one to win one, but hopefully from my point of view, it'll be Ballyhogue win, but however, Shamrocks going very well. Man going through here, but the ball is tapped out of their hand. It will be the Shamrocks' first team, of course. It'll be Ballyhogue second string. Kevin Ring on the ball, the far side, just happened to kick that ball ahead of him there, but it works out well. Keane Rogers onto it. Mick Doyle on the ball. Mick playing well, Hall down here. I'd be very surprised if this one is not a black card, because he was just hauled down, as they call it, rugby style. And I'd be surprised if that one is not a black card, but however, it's very hard to know what the referees will do sometimes. That's not no disrespect to the referee or anything, but some of them do look at it differently. So I'm not sure it's going to be yellow or black. It is black card. So Shamrocks now will be down to 14 players for the next 10 minutes, like what happened Ballyhogue in the first half there, where the black card now this year means that you can't bring on a player to replace him. The player, who is Shane Larkin, is off the field for 10 minutes. Dennis Lacey steps up and takes the free and looks good. Another ball over the bar. And I make it that's Dennis Lacey's 4 point of the day. So Ballyhogue now after getting 3 points without reply with the first 5 minutes in the second half. It gives a score now of Ballyhogue 7 points, Shamrocks 2-4. So 3 points in it. Referee Shamrocks man, don't know what happened there. He blew the whistle for the mark and he dropped the ball out of his hand. The play continues on, it's bouncing around. On the ball now is Kevin Ring. Ballyhogue definitely had their tails up. Keane Rogers on the ball. Looks inside. There's no, it goes for the score, but it's blocked down very well there by Shamrocks. And they're coming out of the far side. Touchy Wilds on the ball. Touchy coming out onto the middle. On the ball now is their wing forward, number 12, Barry Dobbs. Goes back over to his number 10. He drives across the field. A Wheelock. He drops the ball out of his hands. Cian Rogers is on it. Cian Rogers has his shirt pulled there by George Wheelock, and he wins the free in. Nick Doyle looks at it, but I'm sure Nick will leave it to Dennis Lacey again. He's kicking the free as well here, so he would have to leave him on it. As I said at half time there, Ballyhogue seem to be playing their best football any day this year in the Junior Championship in the second half, and they're starting the second half very well after scoring 3 points there since they came out without reply. Dennis Lacey now just inside the 45. Looks up, goes with the left foot again. Lovely high ball. No, this one just trails to the left hand side of the post for a wide ball, first wide of the second half. However, Ballyhogue and their supporters are getting a bit excited here now. Ballyhogue, they were quite in the first half, but they're getting behind the team here now. Of course, there's only 200 supporters. There's only supposed to be 200 supporters at these matches. There's probably a little few more. As I said, the ladder was in use. Lads in over the ball. The kick out comes. Shamrock man taps it back. The centre back, George Wheelock, on the ball. Lets the ball inside here now. Was being very well read by Cian, our own bull, Cian Rashford. So they'll have a bull on each side. Peter Doyle is on the ball. Looking up Liam Ross. Oh, Liam wasn't ready for it, but whenever he has it, that's a high challenge around the neck there by number 5. Dangerous play. I'm sure this will be a card. Number 5, Touchy Wilds. There was a high challenge there. There can't be any arguments, I don't think. But sure, of course, it's only natural to give the ref a bit of an old argument. Sure, don't everyone do it. Ballyhogue here now are lining up a sub, the evergreen Jim Bob Livingston. Of course, living in Shamrocks country, up to Shannon. We'll wait and see who will have the bragging up there tonight. Now, Kevin Ring takes the free, goes back to Cian Rashford. Back inside to Kevin again. Kevin now is 2 or 3 men around him here. Looks up there, wondering what to do. Will he go for the score? No. Lets it on. Cian Rashford is up from full back. But with that kick, Cian, I think he might be better going back to full back. It's definitely a full back kick at the goal there, but it did open up for him, in fairness to him. Jim Bob is on the field here now. I haven't seen who he's making the change for. Coming over here. Sean Ring seems to be making way. So Ballyhogue's first sub, Jim Bob Livingston, on for Sean Ring. We'll have the kick out here now by Tomas O'Brien. He seems to be holding up play a little bit there, waiting for first time I see a goalie waiting for a man to go off the field. But however, he waits till he's off the field and he kicks it out. Down the middle, lovely big high ball, 2 or 3 men up for it, no one catches it. But however, the wing back is on the ball, the far side. There's a Shamrock sub on here as well, number 19. I didn't see him coming in there. He lets the ball inside to his midfielder, Kieran Joyce, hopping the ball around inside. Ballyhogue man on the ground, but his 19 is on the ball here, and the ball's ripped out of his hand, and you can't do that when the man is in possession of the ball. The number 19 for the Shamrocks is Niall Tarp. Didn't see who made way there, but I have a funny feeling it's number 14. I'm looking around for 14, Robert Morehouse. I think Robert is over on the, it is Robert Morehouse who made way there for Niall Tarp. So John O'Connor here now lines up the free on the 14 metre line, taking it with the left foot. Goes low, but that goes over to the far side, and it's about a metre wide of the far line. So Ballyhogue will be happy that one didn't go over. Disappointing free there by John. He's usually fairly good on him. Ballyhogue there now looking for a spare ball. No sign of it coming. Update on the scoreline there now reads Ballyhogue 7 points, Shamrocks 2-4. So 3 points in it, not a lot. And Shamrocks still to get the first score in the second half. I have 10 minutes on the clock. Of course, Shamrocks are down to 14 men there for a while. They had a black card offence there. They're making another change here now, and to make way is 15. Aaron Wallace is going off, and the man on instead of him is number 22, who is not in my programme. So I'm not sure who the player is. He's wearing 22, but he's not named in the programme. So Tall player. The ball kick out comes and it's inside the circle. Big mistake there now from the Ballyhogue full-back and the goalie. And that results in a hot ball on the 21-metre line. There's a bit of hustle going on here now. But in fairness to Cian Rogers, he was getting in for the throw-in and the Shamrocks man shoved him away from it. But however, it would be better now if we go back onto our watch the goal line or the backs there. Of course, there's no one inside. The ball is in. Shamrocks man win. All lands lovely into the hands of Kieran Joyce. And it's a free in here for Ballyhogue. It was just outside the square. He's going into that umpire. Oh, hardly be a penalty. To me, it was just outside the line. I don't think this is a penalty. But the referee, Stephen Burke, is inside talking to his umpire, who's Damien Donovan, another round. They're giving the penalty. To me, that was no way was it a penalty. It was definitely just outside the line when that was fouled. But Shamrocks won't be complaining. They get their penalty. I think that's a bad mistake there by the referee and umpire. Another referee. A very bad call. However, John O'Connor will step up here now to take it. We have to go by the referee and that's it. His decision is final. John O'Connor, oh, brilliant save there by Willie Kenny. Comes back in the rebound and tapped in. Unfortunately, there was an excellent save by Eric Willie Kenny, but the ball just came back to John O'Connor and it tapped into an empty net. And that brings Shamrocks right back up again. So their first score in the second half, but the most importantly, their scoreboard, they have 3 goals on it. And it's a scoreline there now, 3-4 to Shamrocks, 7 points to Ballyhogue. To me, Ballyhogue were very harshly done there. I'd like to see that on television later on, and I will see it. Shamrocks now have their tails up. Coming on with the ball here, number 2, their cornerback Ricky Murphy. He goes inside to the number 19, Niall Tarp. Lovely ball in along the ground. That man Kieran Joyce seems to be playing a little bit forward on the ball. Been challenged here by Cian Rochard. The cornerback loves it inside to Niall Tarp. Niall Tarp going in through. Oh, another ball, great save again. And a ball in the back of the net for another goal for the Shamrocks. And Shamrocks here now, 2 goals in 2 minutes. They've been doing this in all their matches up along. Deadly on the goals. And that gives them another goal there, which is a scoreline now of 4-4 to 7 points. And all this is happening while they're down to 14 men. And Ballyhogue goal, you'd have to say, a couple of excellent saves, but the rebounds come loose and the Shamrocks man just tapped both of them in. To me, they got a very, very harsh call with that penalty, and there's where it comes from it. However, the players up at the other end of the field here now and may get over that one and get down with system. Nick Doyle challenges the cornerback here, and he's been spoken to here now by the referee. There's going to be a free there for Shamrocks on their own 21-yard line. I hear a few of the spectators there letting a show the referee. I know the Shamrocks are calling there, they're looking for the water break. And it is 15 minutes gone on the clock, so he'll probably call it now shortly. Maybe he'll call it for no, he'll let him take the free. Going back to take it is the centre back George Wheelock. So Ballyhogue now with all to do. Scoreline there now 4-4, which is 16 points to 7. That's a 9-point lead in any football match. That's a fair lead to have with 15 minutes to go. Shamrocks driving on out here now. On the ball is their full back Emma Quirk, on to number 11 John O'Connor. John O'Connor lets it back to his wing back number 5 Tootsie Wiles on plenty of the ball. He goes back to his full back line, who was number 7 there. Playing the ball around here now, and of course that suits Shamrocks down to the ground. Ballyhogue need to close them down, lads, and start getting back into this game. It's not over yet. 15 minutes to go, Shireen could happen. Shamrocks got 2 goals in 2 minutes. Why can't Ballyhogue do it? John O'Connor on the ball, going through the middle, challenged by Tomas Moriarty. Fionn Rasher, the full back line is well up from play from his position here now, but he's a good man to carry a ball. Emma Quirk, that's a lovely ball inside. Coming over onto it here is 13 Jack Morehouse. Going inside, and full back is still up. Emma Quirk, and he gets a lovely ball over the bar for a nice score for Shamrocks there. Lovely play. And now we'll call the water break, so we'll be back to you in the water break, I should say. We'll be back to you in 2 minutes. Thank you very much. So we're back. Okay, welcome back then for what we'll now call the final quarter. Shamrocks with a very good lead here now of 4-5, which is 17 points to 7. That's a 10-point lead. Can't have much arguments about definitely the better team. They were a bit fortunate there with that penalty and then got another one straight away after. I thought it was a very, very poor call by referee, and went in and asked another referee as well, and the two of them made a poor call in my opinion. But anyway, Ballyhogue have a sub here on here now. Cian Wickham is after coming in, and Tommy Kennedy. But sure, at this stage they'll have to throw everything at it. The kick out comes from Ballyhogue. On the ball at the far side is Peter Doyle. Peter comes inside to Fionn Rashford. Fionn on the ball. On to Liam Rossler. Ballyhogue will need a goal now fairly soon if they're going to get a result here today. Ty Malone on the ball. He drives inside to Jim Bob Livingston for his first play of the game. Back out to Eamon Doyle. Eamon kicks that one. I don't know where the umpire is standing. He's 5 metres out on the other side of the yoke and he looks at the ball going over his head, but however he does give a wide, and I think it was a wide. The subs there in for Ballyhogue, Cian Wickham and Tommy Kennedy come in. They're meant to make way, and Conor Byrne is also in. Dennis Lacey is gone off, and Derek Cloak Rashford is off. Not sure who the other one was there. Whenever the ball comes out here now, and a lovely catch there by Conor Byrne from a Shamrocks kick out. He's driving through the middle, being heavily challenged there by 3 Shamrocks men. And Shamrocks don't need to be getting involved in this type of thing. They're 10 points up. And the referee is rightly so bringing it in 10 metres. And the man on the freeze now will be Tommy Kennedy, wearing 22. So as I say, a scoreline of 17 points to 7. Ballyhogue need to get a couple of scores on this scoreboard fairly soon, or it's going to be lights out, I'm afraid, for today. So Tommy now is going to take this free. Looks good, kicks it over, and it is good. Point there for Ballyhogue, brings them up to 8 points. Of course, Ballyhogue won the Junior A hurling here last year in the same ground when they beat Gorey, and sure, it's good that they're in the Junior A football final. But unfortunately, it's not looking very good here, and I don't mean to be writing the dead noses yet. But the ball is over on the far side. Onto it is Cian Rashford. Cian, in fairness to him, played well today. Full back. Being challenged there by number 19, Niall Tarp. Cian seemed to twist his knee or something there that time when he went down. In a little bit of trouble here. Ballyhogue takes the free quickly. They're going to continue on with the play. Conor Byrne goes back to his goalie, Eric Wooly Kennedy. Back out to Conor Byrne. Cian Rashford is still down the far side being attended to now. The play goes on here. Onto it is Cian Wickham. Shamrocks man Touchy Wiles on the lovely pick up there by Touchy Wiles being challenged there by Cian Wickham. Little bit of bargy. That's Shamrocks free. Referee just having the word there with Cian Wickham. Settled down a little bit. He was a little bit unfortunate there. I see the umpire now coming down the field. That's a very unusual sight in any game. I believe it's Marty Byrne. I never see an umpire coming down onto the field to tell a referee what to do. Don't know what it was. Marty Byrne at York. What are you doing? There's another change coming here now on the Ballyhogue team. Cian Rashford is going off there. He seemed to twist his knee or something there, and into the fray is Dara Byrne. The free kick is taken quickly. On the ball is the Shamrocks. They're driving through the middle, but that man Cian Joy, Tomas Moriarty read it well. But number 22, Glenn Nolan on the ball. He lets it off to John O'Connor. A lovely point there. Probably the best score of the game, the best kick of the game anyway. A lovely footballer, this man, John O'Connor. So at the moment here now, with about 8 minutes left in the game, is Shamrocks 4-6, Ballyhogue 8 points. Goalie kicks it out. Joe going up for the ball is Eamon Doyle, but he knocks it down to Conor Byrne. Conor goes inside to Jim Bob Livingston. Jim Bob on the ball wearing 19. Being challenged here by 2 Shamrocks men. The Shamrocks man left in the hand there in the challenge. I'd be very disappointed with this referee's performance today. To me, that should have been a Ballyhogue free. However, when you're getting a baiting like that, you will be given out with the ref, I suppose. Shamrocks men on the ball, coming out with it. Challenged by Jim Bob. He wins it back off of George Wheelock. He's on the ball here. He gets the free this time. Jim Bob lets it inside to Liam Rossler. Liam Rossler looks up, run on to his Tommy Kennedy. Tommy is challenged there, being pulled down. Free in now for Ballyhogue, just outside the 21-metre line, on the edge of the circle. Tommy Hill taking himself, looks up and kicks it over the bar. Nice score there by Tommy Kennedy, his second free since he come on. Brings Ballyhogue up to 9 points, and Shamrocks with 4-6, which is 18 points, so it's double scores. Shamrocks now takes the kick out. Liam Rossler reads that very well, calls his mark. Looks up, Conor Byrne here beside him. Kicks it on, Conor driving through the middle. Looking for someone to let off to. Jim Bob Levinson comes out for it. Showing well for the ball. Liam Rossler onto it. Kevin Ring now is on the ball. Looks up here onto Eamon Doyle. Eamon Doyle goes inside to Tyg Malone. Tyg drops it off. Nice bit of play there to Peter Doyle. Peter's bursting through the middle. Goes for the score and it's just over the bar. Lovely score there by Peter Doyle. Unfortunate there now that one didn't go into the goal. But a nice score one way or another. Ballyhogue now could get another few scores on the scoreboard, making it look a little bit more respectable looking. Up to 10 points there now. The goalie Tomas O'Brien takes the kick out. Well read there now, Tommy Kennedy onto it. A few subs are making decisions. I suppose Shamrocks will probably drop their heads a little bit. But Ballyhogue man completely taking out of the ball there, out of the play there after kicking that ball. And I think it's Peter Doyle. Got a very, very heavy challenge over there. The goalie Stephen Burke there goes over and talks to Martin Quigley, the other number, to make sure he has the right man. And it's number 13. Jack Morehouse being spoken to here now. A very, very heavy challenge in on Peter Doyle over there that time as he was going forward. But yellow card there for Robert Morehouse. Peter's up. He's moving okay, as I say. He came into the game with a bit of an injury there, but need to be playing alright. The injury didn't have any effect on him after playing very well. Tommy Kennedy, a lovely ball inside. And Conor Byrne got the fist to it. Good idea. Drives it back in again. Same thing again. Jim Bob goes up for this one. Drops down to Keane Rogers. He goes back to Kevin Ring. Put it over the bar, Kevin. No, very well blocked down there by the Shamrocks. Coming out with Liam Rossler now on it. Liam Rossler goes inside to Tyg Malone. Oh, Tyg just looked around the kick and the ball happened to just drop out of his hand there at the wrong time. Hutchie Wilds on it. Number 22, Glenn Nolan. He wins the ball, goes back to his half forward. Number 12, name gets in there, Barry Dobbs. On the ball here now is cornerback Ricky Murphy. Barry Dobbs goes out to the far side to George Wheelock. George on the ball, goes on to his midfielder, John O'Connor. Had an excellent game today in middle of the field. He was being tugged back there by Kevin Ring. Shamrocks free. Well, back here now, John O'Connor was going to take it. No. He leaves it to his cornerback wing forward, number 12, Barry Dobbs. He takes the free quickly. Barry on the ball again, comes over here now under the stand. Ballyhogue heads now certainly after dropping a bit here. Number 7, Touchy Wiles. They're only playing around the ball here now. Ballyhogue need to start closing them down. On the ball here is number 12, Barry Dobbs. He goes forward to number 10 on, and now it's Touchy Wiles, number 7. Goes back on the ball, John O'Connor. Nice bit of play down the middle. Shamrocks moving well. And his midfielder, John O'Connor, kicks that ball blocked down by Ballyhogue, but the Shamrocks man is onto it, turns around, goes for his score, but no, just wide to the far side and left of the post and wide. So I have about 3 minutes left on the clock, and I think it's safe to say at this stage the cup is only going to one place tonight, and that's the Shamrocks. I don't know where they'll have the celebrations, whether the White House will be open or not. But Toscam, of course, in the corner, will be another good Shamrocks pub. Of course, the Canine Lane, so many now as well. But anyway, these are the times we're in. Liam Rossler's on the ball, goes on to Eamon Doyle. Ballyhogue have been disappointed enough with their performance here, but at the end of the day, there's no arguments that the best team are leading here, and when you're being bet by the better team, I suppose you just have to take your beating and go home, and maybe Ballyhogue will do what Shamrocks done, is to be betting this year's final and win next year's one. Emmett Quirk goes down for the ball there, and Jibba puts in the foot when he has his hands down on the ball, and that's a free all day long. So referee just having a little bit of a word with him. There's no need for cards at this stage now. This game is well and truly over as the score will go. Anyway, as I say, scoring a 4-6, which is 18 points to Ballyhogue's 10 points. Free is taken. They're playing around here inside. Shamrocks are, but they're coming out with the ball here now. And Fairstone works it out well. Touchy Wiles onto it is cornerback Ricky Murphy. He goes across to George Wheelock. George goes on to number 10 Barry Dobbs. They're just playing the ball around here now, like what any good team will do, winding down the time. Barry Dobbs on it. Ballyhogue just not tightening up on him. Keane Rogers is injured here now underneath me. Emmett Quirk on the ball, moving the ball out well. Shamrocks on it now on the far side is John O'Connor. John lets it off and is coming back here now to Barry Dobbs. Just playing the ball around on to Barry Dobbs onto Barry Dobbs now on the ball. At 10 was Podge Doyle. Coming down the far side, that midfielder to me, he'd have to be in line for a man of match in my book anyway. Brendan Bull O'Connor on it again here now, driving through the middle. Lovely ball inside to the corner forward, and it goes inside, and running onto the ball on the ground is number 22 Glenn Malone for Shamrock's fifth goal. That gives them a score of 5-6. As I say, last week they scored 6-8 and the week before 4-15. So there's a sub on the Shamrocks team here now, and number 4, who was down to start but didn't start, Reece Dunn, is coming in for number 13 Jack Morehouse. So the goalie takes the kick out, goes over to the far side, and absolutely no one there, Podge Doyle, and he picks up the possession here now, comes inside to the midfielder. Another good game as well here, Kieran Joyce. 12 there, Barry Dobbs just took his lift out the ball. There's a bit of a challenge here now, and the ball's on loose here under the stand. Keane Wickham is onto Fair Shawler, picks up the ball, being challenged here. Sure enough, that's surely a free. Bad challenge there by number 12 Barry Dobbs. Side the ball up on him, Jim Bob, that's it. Get out of the way. Jim Bob here now. No, this is just stuff here we don't need to say here now. Getting in the ball, but the Shamrocks starting it all, lads. We don't need this. The game is well and truly over. Just get on with the play, lads. This is the last thing is to win, and you can't blame Jim Bob for it. But that man again, number 12 Barry Dobbs, he's coming back looking for more. He completely hauled Jim Bob down by around the neck. Absolutely stupid stuff now at this stage by Shamrocks. And I don't blame the Jim Bob for 1 minute. It was the number 12 to come in, the high challenge on him. And Jim Bob showing a little bit of blood here now, got a scalp there. He might be better to stay in Cran tonight maybe. As I say, living in the Shamrocks up at the Shannon there with these lads. I'm sure it'll be all over to shake hands about it. But he definitely had the right man from Shamrocks. He started it all. Number 12, Barry Dobbs. Don't want to see any man going off at this stage of the game, but absolutely stupid stuff. The game is well and truly over, and there's no need for this. Just a yellow card each of them here that I'd be looking for anyway, and get on with the game, get on. The time is up there now on the clock. So, interesting to see what he's going to do here. Red card each. A little bit disappointed at this stage. There was no need for the yellow card each would have done for him, but when you throw a box it's a red card, and I suppose you can't argue with that. So a little bit disappointing into the game there. There was no real need for it, but there's no doubt about it. The number 12 Barry Dobbs there got involved in stupid stuff, hauled him down around, and then wouldn't go back and let him take the free, and then of course the melee happens then and everyone comes in. Umpires are up here now looking for him again. Murty Byrne. Murty, go back to this goalpost, will you? If you know anything about umpiring, you should be staying at your goalpost and not being in on the field. No place for umpires. But he's calling the ref in here now looking for something else. No need for this whatsoever. Marty be better selling concrete pipe now and a few cylinders than doing umpiring on this performance anyway. They're calling in the Shamrocks full back here now. Emma Quirk has been spoken to there. He gets a black card. So it's a little bit... Was it red? Sorry, no, it was right. A little bit disappointing finish for the Shamrocks. In fairness to him, been the best team on the day, played the best football, and the referee could do a lot worse now than blow the final whistle and let this be over and let the Shamrocks lads get on with their celebrations, because they've been the better team all here today, and the last thing we want here now is rows and all going on at the end of the game when the game was well and truly over. That's a free anyway, because number 22 there, Glenn Malone, drove in the fist there. Marty won't mind me having a dig at him there. Eamon Doyle takes the free, goes inside into the box. Keane Rogers just dropped into his hand nicely. Keane Wickham on the ball. He goes outside, Tommy Kennedy. Tommy turns it around inside. At this stage, of course, Shamrocks are down to 13 players. Ty Malone on the ball. Here's him driving through, over carry the ball, and it's a free out. As I say, I have 3 minutes gone over the clock. We're playing a bit of injury time. But it'd be as well now to blow the final whistle and let this be over. Shamrocks are coming on here with another stop, giving all the lads a run. And sure, why not? I think this is number 20 in here. I am down as Shane Larkin. Yeah, to number 20, Shane Larkin. The ball is kicked out over at the far side. Kevin Ring on the ball. Been challenged by the cornerback there, Ricky Murphy. It's just gone messy there in the last 5 minutes. Disappointing end to the game. But Shamrocks won't mind. Peter Dial on the ball. Of course, I could sound a bit biased here, but to me in the junior championship the whole way through, our best player every day has been Peter. But unfortunately there's no awards for that. Maybe he'll get a room with intermediates next year. Gary Byrne might be watching him there. Tommy Kennedy then is on the free, going off the ground this time on the 45 metre line. Going to lob this in now to see if they get a goal out of it. No, drops into the Shamrocks man, and they just drive the ball out, and there goes the final whistle. And the winners on the day, worthy winners, Shamrocks have a score of 5-6 to 10 points, no arguments, far the better team, more clinical of course. Any day when you're getting in 5 goals, I go back to the penalty again. To me it was a harsh decision, and when they got that penalty straight away they got another goal straight after that, and that completely knocked the stuffing out of Ballyhogue. So all in all, congratulations to the Shamrocks, and they'll move up now and next year and play junior football. So well done to them, and hard luck to Ballyhogue. Gave us a few good days out all in all. Can't have any arguments on, just didn't go well for them on the day. So that's it. We'll move on to Wexford Park tomorrow. Just before I go, we'll give the Ballyhogue under 13s a shout out. They're playing the county final tomorrow over in Patches Park at 1 o'clock again. Kilrush, Askamore in hurling. We won't be there to stream it, but we hope to do the football 2 weeks later. And of course we're here in the home of the Starlights, and we wish them all the best tomorrow against Castletown. Of course Castletown have the same as Ballyhogue. They have 10 senior titles. They're one behind. I'll give you a second or two to guess who have 11 senior titles in Wexford. So Castletown will be hoping to equal it tomorrow, and that team of course is the Volunteers. So the best luck Starlights now tomorrow, and we wish them well. They'll be close neighbours of Ballyhogue. Gives us now a practice match there every year, and all the best to them. And that's it then for today. So goodbye, and thank you very much for joining us.
On behalf of the County Board, I'd just like to say a very few brief words. Firstly, thanks to the sponsors of this competition, Enniscorthy Farm Systems, and thanks to everybody who made this day possible. The referee, the linesman, the umpires and the supporters. It's very regretful, unfortunately, that we can't have more people here today, but if we go back a couple of months, who thought that we would ever get here? To my own Ballyhogue. It's a disappointing result today, lads. It was a great achievement to get to a county final. And I remember last year this Shamrocks team got to the county final and it wasn't their day then. To the Shamrocks, last year against Ladies Island you had a very tough battle, and today it was a tough battle again. You came through and I wish you the very best of luck for next season. I'd like to acknowledge the man here beside me on my right, Michael Duffin. This trophy here, this exquisite trophy, was presented to the county board on behalf of his family. And Michael has asked me to thank both teams for an exquisite game of football. And now I'm going to hand over to the captain of the Shamrocks team to say a few words.
First of all, I'd like to thank Ballyhogue for a great game. For our second team, lads, you're well drilled as I've seen. I said the future of football in Ballyhogue is going to be very bright for the next 2 years. So, round of applause for Ballyhogue. Football was nearly dead in this club, lads, and there was a few men for the last 5-6 years kept it going. Sheeno, there was Sean O'Neill over for a good 2 years, Dolly, won't forget all the boys, and Jim Bob and Wally here this year. Lots of young fellas coming through. It would be a shame to lose a football team in this club. Hopefully now the underage, a lot of work going under behind the background there, and the next 4 or 5 years there will be plenty more young fellas coming through. And hopefully we can go up the grade with the Shamrocks, so hopefully that'll keep going. Other than that, we'll lift the ball.